Okay, so I have redrawn here another version of China's falling buildings. And to me, it kind of looks like a pinwheel spinning, like one of those things that spins in the wind. Might look like something else to you, but that's what it looks like to me, and it forms that pattern. And I've already filled out my table of what happened to the coordinate every single time. So now I want to use this to make a general rule about what's happening to the coordinates. So I'm going to replace these ideas with x and y. Okay, so for this first one, what happened to x and y? They seem to have switched places, right? So this 7 right here, the y value became -7. So it became the opposite of y. And then the x value moved into the y spot. So it's opposite of y, comma, x. This one, well, we went from 3 to -3, 7 to -7. So they stayed in the same spot, they just became their opposites. And in this last one, seems like they switched places again. But let's see, this time the y value stayed positive in the beginning where the x spot used to be. But the old x value became its opposite. So we're going to do opposite of x. And that's what we mean by like figuring out the xy coordinates. So these are actually the ordered pair rules that we've just figured out. When rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin, xy goes to, well, opposite of y, x. When rotating 180 degrees around the origin, xy goes to opposite of x, opposite of y. And when rotating 90 degrees clockwise around the origin, xy goes to y, opposite of x. Now, kids always ask me, like, it's like, do we have to, like, memorize this? And I would say no, because I have never once memorized this in my years teaching. Like, instead, I just want you to be able to figure it out. Like, could you recreate a drawing like this and imagine the building falling over and figuring out what happens after each rotation? Absolutely. So that's all you need to be able to do. You need to be able to figure it out. And the rest of this task is about practicing it. First, you're going to practice this 90 degrees counterclockwise one, and you're going to describe what happens to the x coordinates and describe what happens to the y coordinates. Then you're going to do that by applying the rule to each of these coordinates, and then plotting those new image coordinates, and then figuring out if you see the correct rotation of a congruent rotated image of this pre-image here. Okay. Finally, you're going to explain in a voice message, a voice recording, pushing this button here, how you figured out the new coordinates of point U. So how you figured out U prime and where it goes on the graph and what you did for right here in this box. Best of luck. You've got this.